Hi, this is Representative Jeff Morris from the 40th Legislative District, Position 2. In my last video, I actually was up on the rooftop of the Capitol building showing you the 20 kilowatt solar system and talking about a bill that I've been working tirelessly on called House Bill 2045. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this bill besides the outcomes of it, which I spoke of in the previous video, and talk about some of the politics going on down here in Olympia around the bill. It's been a very frustrating session dealing with this topic. There's many cats to herd into a direction with 64 utilities, environmental groups, solar panel manufacturers, and a new entity that's not doing business in Washington State currently, but is very well funded and are based in California, which I'll speak of more in a second, who are spending a lot of money lobbying here in Olympia. This has all really been around the topic of what I call the solar wars. And the good news is for us as a state is that there's finally enough build out in the solar sector that there's a lot of different participants who are trying to position themselves to make the most money off the increased growth in the solar sector. The policies that we're trying to move forth down here are looking at changing laws we adopted in the 90s and have them reflect where we're going with the digital grid. I talked about how I'm viewing planning as far as that digital distribution system. That's the part of the system that goes from the substation to the meter on the side of your house, and why it's important that we have a 10-year planning window to make things work together that you're buying, like electric vehicles, Google Nest thermostats, or PV solar systems. That one of the interesting fights we're having between utilities who are scared because they're seeing more people self-generate and are seeing more efficient appliances that you're buying. They make money by how much power or electricity they sell you. If you use less, then they make less money, and they need to figure out how to actually pay their bills for all the sticks and wires that come up to your house. One of the things that's complicated this argument is out of California. There's a large corporation called Solar City, which is one of the first large national corporations to bring what's called leasing or third-party ownership as a tool to the marketplace. While this concept is good and provides a low-cost way for people that don't have the $20,000 to plunk down on a PV solar system for your roof, it basically allows you to lease a system for 20 to 30 years. But as this tool has been pushed out in the marketplace, there's been a lot of problems with consumers understanding the type of lease that they're signing. You know, when you and I buy a car, we sign what's called a capital lease. A lot of that's regulated by state law. When you buy these PV systems, it's called what they call an operating lease. And that's the same way a large conglomerate like GE Capital might sell a 737 to Delta Airlines. It's very complicated, and it's all covered by federal law. Solar City is not like the fact that because of some of the problems where consumers across the United States have not understood the terms of these leases, some of the operation and maintenance costs you're locked into for 30 years, or even how someone will come fix a hole in your roof if they put it into it. We've actually had them be underneath consumer protection in Washington State, underneath the Utilities and Transportation Commission that deals with these types of problems all the time. They are very upset with us trying to provide that consumer protection. Their business model is one which they don't want to spend a lot of time actually answering consumer complaints. And they're spending lots of money right now out basically being somewhat disingenuous about some of the issues around House Bill 2045 because they're so afraid of consumer protection. If you see some of the advertisements they're putting out, first of all, please don't believe them. Please contact my office at the number you'll see at the end of this videotape, and we can give you facts about how we're protecting the current net metering law, trying to provide more opportunities for distributed generation and energy independence, and to create more jobs here in Washington State. I know a lot of you like to find out facts for your own, and I'm giving you the chance to call us and engage with me in a conversation about what's going to be the best policy for the state of Washington for energy independence. I look forward to hearing from you.